All right, guys, today we're going to be solving and graphing. All right, this is the formula for a quadratic. If A is positive, then it opens up and it looks like a U. If A is negative, then it opens down and it looks like an upside down U. C is your y-intercept because it doesn't have an x with it. All right, and remember we talked about 4 words that mean the same thing, that mean solve: zeros, roots, x-intercepts, and solutions. Okay, so we have x squared minus 4. If you put a 1 in front, 1 is positive, so it opens up. It's going to look like an up U, okay? The next thing we need to talk about is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is -4. It's the number without the x. All right, and the last thing we need to do is solve it to get the x-intercept. So we have x squared minus 4. That's the original problem. It's got 2 parts, so we're going to split it. X squared splits into x and x. 4 splits into 2 and 2. Since it's a minus, my signs are going to be different. And then I'm going to set each one equal to 0. Okay. All right, so on the graph first, let me put the y-intercept at -4. So this is the y. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. And the x crosses at 2. So this is the x at 2 and at -2. We said that it opens up because the front number was positive, so it makes an up U. Okay. All right, you can also put this in your calculator and graph it. So to put it in your calculator, you would hit the y equals button and you would type in x squared minus 4. I encourage you to do that now. And then you would actually hit the graph button, not second graph, but just graph. And you see that the calculator picture matches our picture that we made. If your graph doesn't look like this on the calculator, you want to hit zoom 6. If yours doesn't look quite like mine, I'll get it reset for you. All right, let's try another one. So x squared minus 5x minus 6. So the number in front is positive. That means it's going to open up. Looks like that. The y-intercept is -6. It's the number without the x. To get what the x values are, we have to factor it. So it has 3 parts, 2 sets of parentheses. It ends in a minus, so my signs are going to be different. And I'm going to kick out the 6. All right, what multiplies give me 6? 6 and 1. And those subtract to give me 5. 6 is bigger, it goes with the front number. All right, set these equal to 0. Draw your line. -6 becomes +6 when it crosses the line. +1 becomes -1 when it crosses the line. Okay, so on the graph, I'm going to put the y-intercept first. So this is the y. Go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to put the 2 points on the x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at -1. All right, it opens up. It's going to look like this. And let's put it in the calculator and see what we get. So I'm going to go to the y equals and type in x squared minus 5x minus 6 and hit graph. And you'll see that the calculator picture looks very similar to ours. All right, let's do another one. Number 3, x squared minus 2x plus 1. All right, does this one open up or down? Good, it opens up. Positive 1 in front. What is the y-intercept? Good, positive 1. It's the one without the x. That's why it's called the y-intercept. All right, now we need to solve it. X squared minus 2x plus 1. 2 sets of parentheses. Pick out the 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And that adds to give me 2. So put an x and an x. Signs are going to be the same. They're both going to be minus and a 1. All right, let's set these equal to 0. You'll notice on this one that they both give you positive 1. So it crosses the y-intercept at positive 1, and it crosses the x-axis at positive 1. And it opens up, so it's going to kind of look like this. Remember, you can pause this video at any time, rewind it, go back and listen to things again. All right, let's put this one in the calculator. X squared minus 2x plus 1. Hit graph. All right, and you can see what they look like. All right, number 4. This one opens up. Positive 1 in front. The y-intercept is negative 2. And now let's factor it. 2 sets of parentheses. Ends in a minus, so the signs are going to be different. X and X. Kick out the 2. There's only one thing that multiplies to give you 2. 2 and 1. 2 is bigger, so it goes with the first sign. 1 goes in the other one. Now we're going to set them both equal to 0. Draw my line, and you're going to add 2. So x equals 2. Subtract 1. X equals negative 1. All right, let's put that on the graph. We'll put negative 2 on the y to start with. And then we'll put 2 on the x and negative 1 on the x. All right, let's check it in the calculator. Always a good place to help you out. Let's see. X squared minus x minus 2. All right, hit graph. Yep, and that looks like what we got, so we're correct. All right, number 5, x squared minus 1 opens up. Y-intercept is negative 1, and now let's factor it. This one only has 2 parts, so remember you split it up. Signs are going to be different, and 1 times 1. All right, and so we get x equals 1 and x equals negative 1. All right, so y-intercept at negative 1, x-intercepts at 1 and negative 1. All right, let's check this in the graph. X squared minus 1, graph it, and there we go. All right, number 6, x squared plus 2x plus 1. Same thing. This one opens up because the front number is positive. You look at the very front, see how it opens. The y-intercept is 1. That's the number without the x. And then you have to factor it. So 2 sets of parentheses. They're going to be the same. They're both going to be pluses on this one. X and X. What multiplies to give you 1? 1 times 1. Okay. All right, set those equal to 0. And you get the same thing for both. X is negative 1. So X is negative 1, Y is positive 1, and it opens up. All right, let's check that one in the calculator. X squared plus 2x plus 1. Graph. And there we go. There's our graph. All right, let's look at some multiple choice questions. Which is the graph of the function negative 1/3 x squared plus x plus 6? So you can put it in your calculator, which I encourage you to do to check your work. You also know that since there's a negative in the front, that it opens down. So the u is upside down. Well, does A have an upside down u? No. Does B have an upside down u? No. Does C? No, but D does. All right, once again, I encourage you to check your work in your calculator. So I would do negative 1/3 x squared plus x plus 6. Graph. And there's the picture of it. Okay. All right, number 8, which is the graph of the function 4x squared minus 8x plus 7. So the 4 is positive, so it's going to open up, which they all do. The 7 is your y-intercept. So let's see which ones have graphs that cross at 7. 1, 2, 3. That one crosses at 4. 1, 2. That one doesn't cross at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, I know it's hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So D is the one that crosses at 7. All right, let me show you in the calculator as well. Always check your work that way. 4x squared minus 8x plus 7. Hit graph. And you can see that the picture that matches the best is answer choice D. All right, number 9. This one is written in a different format. I'm going to show you the calculator way first. So you could still type this one in your calculator. You would type it in just like you see it. Parentheses, x plus 5, parentheses, x minus 3. And hit graph. So if you look at the calculator and our choices over here, then you know it can't be that one. Doesn't look like that one at all. These other ones, you're really going to have to look at the calculator and see where it crosses. So on the calculator, it crosses right there at 3, and at 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5. So let's see what graphs cross at 3 and negative 5. So let's look at B. 1, 2, 3. Does it cross there? No. Let's look at C. Positive 3. Nope. What about D? Yep, positive 3 and negative 5. So the answer is D. Another way you could do this one is, this one's already been factored for you, so you can set them equal to 0. So x equals negative 5 when it crosses the line, and x equals positive 3 when it crosses the line. So remember, this is your x, so that's why it's at the 3 and negative 5. That's where those numbers come from. All right, number 10, put it in our calculator. All right, so we'll put in negative 3, parentheses, x plus 2, parentheses, x plus 6. Now, before I hit graph, I want you to realize something. Since there's a negative out front, it is going to open down. Does A open down? Yes. Does B open down? No. So you can automatically cross that one out. C opens down and D opens down. All right, so now let's hit graph. And you see that it crosses at -2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and -6. So -2 and -6. So the answer is A. And number 11, the negative out front says it's going to open down. So we can mark out A. All right, let's type that one in our calculator. All right. -2 parentheses x plus 3 parentheses x plus 3. Hit graph. All right, and that one's pretty obvious that it is B. All right, and you don't need to worry about that.